Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Last of Us Grounded walkthrough. We're still in Pittsburgh, and this is as minimalist as the guide can be. We're going to show you nothing but combat and stealth, and hopefully it's going to help you get through this difficulty. So the first fight here, if you throw the brick like I did, it will make that fella go the other way rather than coming towards us. We can come into this room, we can take out this guy here.
Just try not to let it guard down.
Then you can carry on and get on with the game if you choose to, but I wanted to kill his friend. And it turns out his friend goes all the way down the stairs that we came from. So I don't know where he is at this point, but the awesome thing about retrospect is I can tell you where he is. So he's gone all the way down here and all the way back to where we came from. And I'm going to brick him, so hopefully this works out. I assume it does because it's in the finished guide, but he should be just there. There's a brick, there's a club, see you later friend. And then we're up to this part. So this is really strange. This is one of those moments where you'd think you'd be able to stealth it completely, but the game just won't let you. And as a result of that, the enemies do very strange things, and you're going to see them. This video is also going to be sped up a little bit because the successful path I had was one that I'd never done before, and it involved a lot of me cowarding behind a box, like thinking, how the hell do I do this? There doesn't seem to be a way to get past. I have no bottle to throw. This is very scary. And it worked. And it's just that weird thing of, I have to leave it in then. So this first guy here, his path is kind of strange. Normally he comes across the other side of the tank. This time he came across the left. I don't know if that's because this is the initial spawn or the initial path or what that's about, I'm not sure. This brick here was intended to make both of the guys look to the right. Now that they do that, I'm going to be really cavalier and I'm going to go directly into the window behind them. Word of warning here, that guy in the green jacket can turn around randomly. He did it on me on the first attempt to do this. So just be aware that sometimes they'll just capriciously turn around for no other reason than your video games. And that right there was him seeing me. So he comes over here and he patrols a little bit, and right now I should take him out. I was too concerned of trying to find a path through this, thinking I could stealth it, and you just can't. So as soon as this dude turned around, I should have just took him out. It would have made my life a lot easier. I don't though. I let him go and I proceed onwards, and in here is a shiv door. But believe it or not, you can't climb over that thing, even though it looks like something Joel would mantle up. So you have to go around. So we know there's one guy to my left, and there's those two guys there that we bypassed near the tank. I was hoping to sneak past the guy on the left and climb up the fire escape. I was hoping it would go into like a vignette and just carry on the game. It doesn't. You have to take out everybody, I assume. And what happens is I take out the guy on the left and I take out those two guys there. And apparently I make enough noise for the fellas at the beginning of the level in that building that I skipped to run all the way up the street to where we are. It's that hive mind mentality of the AI. And it puts us in a bit of a spot. But from there, the AI is just in stupid mode. So I can capitalise on the fact that I don't really know what the game is doing, but I'm going to exploit it by choking everybody. And then eventually we can access the ladder and we can get on to the next section. But there's going to be some waiting, so it's probably going to get sped up here because this is the bit I was undecided on. To my left right now is a guy looking directly forward where I'm looking now. The problem with him is I have no bottle, and because the AI is so alert on this difficulty, I didn't think I could get past him. But as it turns out, this guy's actually got cataracts and he doesn't see you for whatever reason, so I'm able to do this. And this is that moment where I kind of breathe a big sigh because I wish this game worked differently. So I can't interact with the fire escape, which means I can't skip any of these enemies. And that's something I probably should have known, but I was optimistic that I could do this. So instead, I decided to take them out. So the first guy drops pretty quickly, and he also drops a baseball bat. I currently have a pipe with some scissors on it. Very dangerous tool, even though I don't know why he puts the scissors on the way he does. To me, it would have made sense to have the scissors going with the pipe as opposed to against the pipe. But maybe it's so that he doesn't damage the crook in it, so that when he runs out of scissors, he can use it as a bat type deal. And he's still got that. that added right angle. I don't really know. To me, it was a very strange decision to tape the scissors where he did. Very against the grain. But you'll notice, now there's these two fellas that we were previously interacting with. So, in my mind right now, I think that when I take these two guys out, I'm good to go. So, I choke one of them out, and then I throw a bottle at the other one and finish him. The bottle alerts the people in the building at the beginning of the street. I didn't plan on that, and I have to capitalise on what's happening. So this guy goes down, and I'm going to throw whatever I have at this dude as he turns around. Or maybe I don't. So I hit him with a pipe, and because the AI on this game has a hive mind, everybody else knows where I am. Which I don't really agree with, because a pipe on a dude who didn't scream wouldn't carry that much. But if you watch, we still can't interact with this, and you're about to see a bunch of dudes run to where they are. So it's that moment where I think, shit, do I restart or do I see what I can do? So I decide to try and take them out. I think there's 3 of them. We've already seen 2. I'm thinking there's 3. This guy comes down the side of the tank. He's also carrying a Molotov. He's dead. 1 down. Couldn't have worked out better if we planned it. He's also bait for future dudes, which is good news. And I mentioned in a previous video that the AI on this game, especially on Grounded, it's almost like they subconsciously know where you are and they're pretending not to know. So they always come where you just were, regardless. Like, how did that guy know to look this way? But it works for my favour because I can take him out. And then I'm thinking, there has to be a 3rd dude. There has to be.
On your right.
And there you go. If you're wondering why I've not responded to what's happening, it's because I can't hear anything. I didn't have any volume on. Which is really lucky, because that sounded like somebody saw me then. Sounded a hell of a lot like somebody saw me. But apparently he didn't. He got very close to seeing me, and then he just went away. So I pick up some stuff, completely oblivious that this 3rd fella's, you know, very close to me, and I come over here and have a look. And then there's this guy, who runs completely past me, sprints all the way down here, and then stands there like he knew where I was. And that was the last one. How does that make any sense? Like, how did I get spotted here by him? I don't get that. I just... whatever. Tricky. Very tricky. But it worked. It's not the cleanest way of doing it. I recommend dividing and conquer before you get as far as I did, but that's one way of doing it anyway. So this is tricky, this. If you don't know, The Last of Us has certain areas where you trigger spawns regardless of what you do. You trigger alarms as well. And this is one of those alarms and spawns that you're going to trigger. And if you watch, when I cross this road, do you see that door directly across from us that leads into that store? As soon as you pass through that threshold, a dude spawns in a room to your left and everybody knows where you are. Nothing you can do, guys. It's an event trigger scripted into the game. It's bullshit, really. I hate it. And the reason it exists is so that that tank will chase you. So watch this. You'll see him spawn in this room. See him? There he is. If you run this path I'm running now, you'll avoid it completely. This next section here is kind of luck-based, and I get really lucky. So there's going to be one fella who I'm going to throw... Oh no, I'm not going to shoot him. So his AI is really shit, so just kill him. And then the next guy should run towards me, but he doesn't, and this really threw me off. So instead of being able to kill him, I do this. And then the tank pulls up, which is bad news. And then he pulls up, and then Ellie does this. And I'm like, awesome, Ellie, let's get out of here. And it works. What I wanted to happen there, which didn't, is he went for me, I bricked him, finished him off, and continued running before the tank turned up. It didn't work that way, I had to roll with it, and that's what happened. So this part, this is going to be another sequence where I fire a gun, because I managed to kill all these people on the ground without setting off an alarm, and then when we get upstairs, the 2 people that are normally waiting for you shooting at you behind those ventilation systems And they start off in the room, so we actually trigger the spawn as we get up there. And one of them decides to stay in the room, and the only way into the room is across a beam that's completely exposed, and he was waiting in the building shooting out. So there was literally nothing I could do except for shoot him. So it was that really awkward moment of, this guy's being a bitch, there's no way he's going to rush me, so I'm just going to shoot him in the face. But I didn't actually think you could do this part stealth. I just didn't think it would line up in a way where you could take everybody out, and it does. And repeating this would be very difficult, because the pattern that the AI is taking right now is going to be different every time you play. And that's the hardest thing about Grounded so far, is it just seems to be so different every time you reload. Like, Survivor had a bit of that, but because they've tweaked the AI, and I really don't know what they mean when they say that. The only thing I'm noticing really different is that they stick together more. And they were already pretty crazy on how they moved. Like that there. You know, that's complete and utter luck. He walked past me and didn't look my way, so I was able to take him out. And then his buddy over there doesn't look over here, so he doesn't see me choking his friend. You know, you've got to just go with it sometimes. You know, as good as you are at this game, you could be the best Last of Us player on the planet. Every so often, the AI just fails you. The AI just sees you, just gangs up on you, or, you know, the cards don't fall in your favour. But conversely, sometimes they do. And that sequence right there is an example of when it goes my way.
Not bad, old timer.
The cool thing is, if you do kick it all off, the black guy, I forget his name. What is his name? Sam is the kid, I think. What's his name? I can't remember his name. That dude, anyway, will shoot people with you. He's kind of a more useless version of Bill. And he doesn't have quite the power that Bill does. So, boom. That was them kind of seeing me. And you notice how the other guy doesn't come? Instead he just shoots. And boom. We're screwed now because he's never going to move. And luckily enough, the guy who I don't remember the name of is going to shoot this person for me. Oh no, he's not. He's going to get strangled and I'm going to hit him with a pipe. There you go. And then this is it. This is a stalemate. He will not come out of there. He's waiting to shoot us, and the only way in is via the plank. So I can run in there crazily, hoping to not take a stray bullet and then beat him up. But if I do, the checkpoint will be before the fight we just did. And that's, you know, a couple minutes worth of gameplay, and it went really well. So instead, I'm going to shoot this guy. And hopefully he's not going to shoot me. Because believe it or not, the AI is really good at cover shooting you when you're trying to exploit the cover to shoot them. I found that out in Tommy's Dam, when a dude hit me when he physically couldn't see me. It was the craziest shit ever. But only one more part of Pittsburgh left. It's going to be when it turns to nightfall, and I thought it was going to be a tricky part, but I managed to get it really quickly. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you join me with that video, and as always, you take care now.